Hi, everybody. It is April 7th, Tuesday, I believe. I have to double check my calendar all the time. It's really good to see you guys. I hear that New Learning is up and running, and it has been. Never came down, so that's great. Fantastic. Yay. I see a lot of you are in there. I printed off my progress report this morning. As you know, several of them. I did exactly 2 of them today. Usually I do 3 or 4 a day, and keeping track of progress and how you guys are doing. So we're doing the writing here in Google Classroom as well during the pandemic. So I decided to focus on 6 traits of writing to do a quick recap. Oh my goodness. 6 traits of writing. This is the rubric that I have uploaded to Google Classroom, so you have access to it, and you can go ahead and print it off, and then you can color code it yourself. Or if you have a color printer, then you can go ahead and print it off in color. Made that available to you. Stages of process-based writing is exactly what you're doing, is exactly what New Learning is expecting you to do. Has the rubrics up there, and you notice I've color-coded mine. I haven't added any colors since yesterday's video because we're still focusing on voice, and we're still focusing on organization. So I put that up in the corners because this is still a rough draft. This is not the final. If it was the final, I would have it typed up so that way you could see all the final editing marks. But we're still in drafting, and we're doing sharing and revising the draft. So we're right in the blue-purple section here. And editing we have not done because we don't have it typed up yet. And if we were in editing, we would have it typed, and then we would do a lot of the editing marks. So what I'm going to start combining is the editing marks that you're going to use when you edit and when you revise, but you do it on your rough draft, and you can do it on your final paper as well. So this is what they're looking for those that are using the rubric to grade your papers. And we have instructors in there that are specially trained in this. So these rubrics are your guide, as you know, and for all writing. And this one is exemplary, 6, and 5 is strong. So you always want to go for the highest level. You don't want to look at the beginning, emerging, or developing, because as we went through before, those are the lower scores. And if you go for that as your highest mark and you miss it, then you've earned a 0 or an F or a D, and we don't want to do that. So because we're looking at 100%, which is what they want you to earn, and that is so important for you to earn, we're looking at exemplary and strong. Proficient will work because that's a 70% or about that you're going to score, and this would be a 4, 5, or a 6. Okay. On the other rubric that I have here, no, this one's 6 as well, that I have downloaded from the site, which is Educational Northwest. And up here in the very corner of theirs is the key question. The key question is basically your objective goal. And your objective goal you have on everything that you do in math, science, social studies, no matter what subject you're looking at, you always have a key question or a skill that you're obtaining. And because of that, this is why I like these rubrics, because they attach to the earned grade that you're earning and that you get used to doing. This is what your employer wants. This is what your employer is going to be used to you looking at. In other words, you know the difference between a beginning and an exceptional. You know the difference between emerging and strong. You know the difference between that earned grade of a D and the earned grade of a B or an A. There's a big difference, and you guys, basically when you get together and you revise and edit, or you peer counsel each other or peer tutor each other, this is what I'm seeing that you're doing, which is exceptional. I'm really proud of it. That's exactly what you should be doing, because you're learning that 100% mark. You're learning what a 90% looks like. You're learning what an 80% looks like. This is quite different. I went ahead and wrote it up myself, so I'm freehand writing it, okay? And so that you know exactly where we're going with each paragraph. Yesterday we did paragraph 3, and today we're doing paragraph 4. So I have, whoops, it's up out of there it goes. Paragraph 4. So we're looking at voice primarily, but we're bringing organization in, and we're keeping in our head that we're going to be able to organize our paper, because every sentence we are placing it strategically in our paper to make that paper flow, which is sentence fluency. Sentence fluency is so important. It complements organization and it complements voice, your voice, not dictionary, which I have here. Remember, I did this yesterday, the Oxford Pocket Dictionary. I love. I used it in college, and I teach it with my students, and I always have these around my classroom. The Works Cited, or the Right Source book, is another book that I use for Works Cited, and because it has everything, it has the format of MLA and APA in it. It also has how to use a dictionary, how to find words. And I started this yesterday for voice and word choice, because now I have voice that complements. I went ahead and focused on organization in the paragraph and the writing here, but I'm also going to keep in mind, wait, I have to create my own dictionary, word choice. And remember, I had these words in here that you were to look up yesterday, and then add it to the online, add that information so I can add your information to our writing. And then you'll see that information in a video as soon as you upload. And just a simple Microsoft Doc, or if you're using your phone, a lot of times the document doesn't come through on your smartphone, especially if you have Android. And Apple does sometimes, but if not, you can download the Word document, and if not, you can just text it to me and I'll put it in a Word document. I'm okay with that. Okay, or you can upload it to the classroom underneath the comments, and there's comments in that Google Classroom. You can upload that information so we can move forward with our writing. Okay, because I'm really excited about this, and we're going to, remember, we're publishing a book. Remember, it could be either a picture book or a chapter book. You're going to decide, and if nobody contributes to this, then I'm going to go ahead and write my own. And I'm going to go ahead and create a picture book and then publish it. And then I'll show you. Okay. So these are the words that we went through yesterday. These are for paragraphs 2 through 4. I did my shorthand up here, my backwards P, so that I know that this is for those paragraphs that are in this writing piece. I went ahead today. My delightful timeline is uploaded to the Google Classroom, so you can click on it. It's an interactive timeline I created that actually supports this, because that's the only thing I had at the time, beginning of last week, to use. So I went ahead and that's it. You'll see it, Padlock. I have to look at my phone. Padlock, I think it is. It's on there. I put it under. There goes my phone. Padlet. Padlet is Padlet, and it looks like this. It's going to come up. Oh, turn it off. Sorry. Coming back to me. You guys know this is brand new to me. So you're going to see this. This is my Padlet, and you're going to click on the top one. Okay, if this is what you get when you click on Padlet, you shouldn't. You should go right to there, and it's going to take a while to download, but then you're going to see the timeline on there. Timeline matches our writing piece that I have here. So everything that I have is just basically an outline. That's all I did. Okay, there's nothing for you to add. There's nothing for you to comment on. It's just for you to use, because at the time we didn't have anything, and I didn't think New Learning was up. And here it comes, and there it is. You actually can see that's the timeline that I actually put online in the Google Classroom. So you can see each paragraph, and all it is trait writing. This is paragraph 3. Which trait are you going to focus on in this paragraph, and can you give me an example? So basically it's quizzing you. Do you know what paragraph 3 is? Did you pay attention to our videos? Paragraph 4 equals details, supporting facts. Where's supporting facts? There it is. You learned versus fiction. Where's my fiction? My fiction I have embedded in here. Exaggeration, fantastical. Those are all fiction items that we put into this paragraph. How are you going to let your reader know what you learned is valuable? What did you learn? Can you teach others? That's in this paragraph 4. It's not in paragraph 3. It's not in paragraph 5 either. So that is, remember, we are all writers. So this is outlining exactly what I have at the top, and it walks you through exactly what we're doing for this writing piece so it looks familiar and you know what it is. Again, voice, organization, we're going to voice and word choice, making our own dictionary. This dictionary is really thick. All the words that we need to know are in this dictionary, and we're going to add so that these words here, we're going to add during paragraph 5 and 6, because remember paragraph 5 and 6 is our research, is exactly what did we do, what did we learn, and 4 at the bottom is beginning that research. Now you'll also see dictionary, 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 which is why I have my dictionary here, and you have dictionary words over here from what I've underlined here in red. So I basically have created my own word map in this to move my writing forward. You can do this on any writing piece. This is simplistic, but there's a lot of details here. I know you are not doing this on your writing pieces. You're trying to take a topic, main idea, and sit down, do some research, and you jump to paragraph 5 and 6, and then I redirect you and send you back to paragraph 5 and 6 and 4, do I not, saying you have to do more research because you have to have a works cited page. You have to have works cited, in-text citation, which a lot of you didn't know what that is. And so MLA tells you, owlpurdue.com directs you, Right Source Book has it in the back of their book. This is giving you the words and terminology that you need for that research piece to make your voice and your writing pop, okay? Otherwise, it's dead on the paper, and it doesn't sound like you, and it sounds like a dictionary encyclopedia. I already read this. I already know what's in here. I don't want your paper to sound like this. I want it to sound like we're talking here on the video so that you know exactly that this is your writing piece, that each of you contributed. Last time I did this with my middle schoolers, yes, they were middle schoolers. Last time I did it with them, I could hear every student's voice in the paragraph that I used, which was really cool. That's why I thought this would be perfect. This is guaranteed to pop and to say, everyone will look at it and say, wow, you guys wrote this together, but you weren't together. Exactly. That was my goal. That's my objective, for you to experience 100% using the rubric, following the process of writing, using 6 traits to get there in our paragraph. 12 minutes already, goes by fast. Transition sentence, left it blank. Why? Because I'm not there. I'm not at fluency yet. I'm not doing fluency at all. I'm waiting, and that's going to be the last sentence that I'm going to put in and before each and every paragraph. So today we're looking at supporting facts, reliable facts, verifiable facts, main ideas, social skills. What did you learn? Can you teach others after you learned it? In your own words, not in a dictionary definition, not in a cut and paste. Value. This all has value to your voice, to your organization, to the word choices that you're making and you're going to place in your writing piece. Okay? Keep that in mind as we walk through it. Remember, this is very elementary. Okay, I keep repeating that because I need you to get these steps in this order. All my underlined words for dictionary are in red. I also added the MLA editing because we're moving to the editing format in our process. Remember, we're in the blue and the purple. When we move to editing, then you're going to be able to insert punctuation, take out the comma, means 2 lines cross out, and I put that down here. I don't know if you can see it. I put that down here for editing marks. Now the Right Source Book has this in it, has a whole, and you can pull this up, editing marks online, so you can actually see what editing marks look like, because a lot of you don't know. A lot of you are clueless as to what they look like. So insert here is a caret to cut a little mountain or the caret. And what I did is cross off the comma that's here because I don't need it. It's not supposed to be there. I want that sentence to end there. I want that period or punctuation to be inserted where that comma is. So I put it in red so that way I can see it. This is the only time I use red because I think red is inferior to your writing. I usually like to use purple or pink or something like that, similar to maybe the red family or orange, but I don't like red usually. This time I did because of the video, so you can see it and it's easier to see. I went ahead and crossed off the H for however. I want to use the transition word H as the beginning of that sentence, so it sets up the rest of my sentence to flow. I'm thinking organization, fluency is coming next. It has things in it that will have my voice and the word choices that I use in here. I may want to pull these words to replace a couple of words later on. I don't know, because we're going to look at this one last time before we do the final. Because remember, we haven't proofread it yet. We're not in editing yet. We're still in revising mode and adding and subtracting. Important for you to understand, okay? Dictionary. Here's all the words. Interactions. I put interactions over here. I want to look up the word interactions like we did yesterday and find out how many other words are going to be attached to interactions. 16:13 on my time right now for the video, so I don't have time to do it on this video. So I will be doing it tomorrow during the day when I'm working, so that way, and using the dictionary, so you'll be able to see some of the words like you do up here, so we can pull that out and we can use it for paragraph 5 and possibly 6. Hopefully we get there. Also, I have fiction, romp, scamper. I think jump is over here somewhere already. Fantastical is the fictional piece that we had in our outline, and I took the outline rough draft that I had and actually added to this one, so they were side by side like this is as I wrote this today. So I was looking at my previous notes like this to actually write this final piece, which is so important. Predatory learning we had on our notes. Dictionary is the predatory, the word predator or predatory. What does that look like? What does that look like in a little kitten? That little kitten plays, romps, jumps. They are not fiction, they're real. Okay, so that they are not a cartoon character that cannot die. They can die. You can hurt them. So I have all of that in my head, exaggerated. I have that over here, and I have spelling under fantastical and exaggerated because I want to look up the spelling for those two words. I think I'm right, but I might be wrong. So I want to double check my spelling to make sure I'm thinking correctly, and I have that over here in my dictionary area I'm going to do later. Okay, again, I'm planning everything out. 1754, so I want to get to it. The main idea, social skills, is our main idea of this paper. And basically, if you look at the video that Ms. Brown had submitted to our Google Classroom, you'll see that support there for main idea. She uploaded a really nice YouTube video that you can watch. And please leave a comment underneath as to what did you learn from the video and what can you teach others from the video that she uploaded. Along with Ms. Thomas has uploaded and placed a video on there about a specific historical character, but also she made a comment about character traits. Do you see character traits in our paper for Sebastian? Misty is starting to come into our story as well, which is my other cat. And I will upload to the Google Classroom the picture that I got of both of them today, and there's mirror imaging each other. This is the first time I've seen them do that. And little Sebastian is half the size of Misty already. He's not that little anymore. Remember, he was little teeny? He's now like this. And they were mirror imaging means that little Sebastian is smaller. My Misty is here, but it looked like they were the same. It looked like they were in a mirror. Okay, so they were symmetrical, okay, which is a mathematical term as well. So let me go ahead and read this, and hopefully you can zoom in. I don't want to move my computer too much or else I'll fall off the desk here. My makeshift classroom that I have here, my art studio. Thank you. You see all my art over here. It's all good. You see my organ here that I made. Pretty cool. So that's there. Okay, let's go back to our value. This is the value paragraph for Sebastian. It is important for kittens to learn from other cats as well as humans. I have a period at the end of my sentence because my sentence ends. And I have in parentheses my citation of where I got that information, my research, which is Humane Society. And it also is vetstreet.com. And I put that here because in my works cited page, that is going to be on my works cited page. So now I've referenced my citation, my source. So now I'm okay. I've not plagiarized unless I have used exact words off their website, which I did not. All I did was read it, and then I put this sentence in my own words. So I did not take any words like here directly off that site. I made my own words. I made sure everything in there is my own. Okay. Social skills are as important as breathing for a kitten who is growing every day. My words, my thoughts. I did not take that off a website at all. I don't need a citation there because I'm going to do a citation farther down because these are my words, my understanding. I am teaching others. What did I learn? This is what I learned. These social skills will determine what type of emotions, social interactions, and habits a kitten will develop according to videos on YouTube. Remember our rough drafts, our outline had YouTube videos that are available for kitten development, for social behavior, social skills of a kitten. So I went ahead and directly quoted YouTube, and then in my source, my works cited page, I'm going to directly quote YouTube and the exact video that I went to get that information. So it complements it. Okay. The interactions, and I underlined it because I realized that now I've used interactions 1, 2 times, and because of that, I've used it 2 times. I had to pause the video for a minute because I got a message from a student, so I wanted to make sure I took that. Let's see, the interactions help teach a kitten what is acceptable and what is not. Okay, again, in-text citation is here. We're going to come down here. I'm going to do the editing mark. A kitten begins to get new baby teeth, has a bundle of energy the kitten, can hardly control. We talked about that yesterday. He zooms across the house constantly. It is this energy that mother cat usually controls, teaches, and guides. I want a period there. I want the transition word, however, so it sets it up for when a kitten does not have mama to teach, then it must rely on other cats and humans, vetstreet.com. That was a direct information from VetStreet, and they said that was so important. Works cited, my caret indent so that I know. Over here, all of this dictionary tells me that I have dictionary words that I've put in my dictionary. So when I go to paragraph 5 and 6, I can go ahead and I can look back on this paragraph to make sure I'm not using the same words over and over, but I'm altering the beginning of my sentences, altering the different words that I use, so that way it mixes. It's like salt and pepper. It's like herbs and spices when you cook and you use something a little different. It can mean the same thing, but you're using something different all the time. So your reader is not bored with the information that you're trying to teach them and what you have learned and shown them that you've learned it. Okay? Remember, a kitty has a bundle of energy, but they are not fiction. In other words, not make-believe. They hear, taste, see, jump, scamper, play, romp, or sleep. Remember we talked about the senses? Smell, see, hear, taste, feel. Okay, so that's important. A newborn kitten needs to be treated as the same as a baby. Vetstreet.com again. I did my works cited, put it at the end. A cartoon character does not have all these feelings and can do fantastical spelling because I put it over here. I want to make sure I spelled it correctly. Fantastical things that are exaggerated. Real kittens cannot do fantastical things. In other words, they can't fly, they can't zoom, they can't do twists and turns up in the air. They are real and they have feelings, okay, and they will die. This is also paragraph 5, predatory learning. I added this to it because I thought it was fantastic. We talked about this yesterday, how Sebastian will go after my other kitty, Misty, and he will stop dead in his tracks, flip over, grab his tail, flip off the bed or flip over and then roll over to Misty, gets up and then goes and chases her again. And she literally does this throughout the house. And last night she did this and leaped into my arms, which I'm probably going to put in paragraph 5 and 6, from a distance like, Mama, help me. Oh my gosh, he is coming after me. I am now not the stalker, but the stalkee, and he is driving me crazy. And basically that was her meow. So I hope I conveyed that in here in the last sentence, which is probably going to be our transition sentence from paragraph 4 to paragraph 5. Misty comes running away from Sebastian, both at high speed, as Misty meows for help. Meow, meow, means help me. And I'm going to put in there how she jumps, and that's predatory learning that little Sebastian's learning, that he goes after little mice or different other things as well, which is good and healthy for him. Remember, he gained 2 pounds when we took him to the vet, and he's gained 2 inches long as well. So he's growing and he's gaining weight, which is good, and he has all his shots. So every 3 weeks, he gets a series of shots to make sure that he's healthy, and he's going to grow up into be a nice adult cat. Okay, pounce, play, flip, silly, grow, run is what I went over with you yesterday. What I asked you to do is get a hold of the dictionary, and I looked up pounce and found all these words. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. If not, look up the word pounce in the dictionary, and dictionary.com will do it too, and you will come up with suddenly, spring, attack, lunge, to seize, criticize, leap, dive, swoop. Okay. Play is the same as amuse, enjoy, frolic, romp, cavort, informal mess around, amusement, diversion, drama, leisure, and joy. Flip, when you flip in the air, it's quick, it's smooth, it's not jerky at all. That's like throw, sudden sharp movement, lose self-control. It looks like he's losing self-control. He's really not, though, which is all right. Run is move at high speed. The rest I'm not going to say because I did that in a previous video, but I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with because I want to add what you came up with and put it in the comments below. That works for me, or add a Microsoft Word document. I'm okay with that. 2719. I don't know if I'll get a chance to finish this. I like this book. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street because it focuses on voice, organization, and word choice. And this is a Dr. Seuss book. And yes, it's a picture book, but remember I'm using picture books to convey the thoughts and the process. Reliable, verifiable, main ideas. What did you learn? Can you teach others? Is your terminology and word choice worthy of a picture book? Remember, this is a picture book as well. So when I leave home to walk to school, Dad always says to me, Marco, keep your eyelids up and see what you can see. But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, your eyesight's much too keen. Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales. Now what can I say when I get home today? What did he learn today? That is what his dad asked him to do. All the long way to school and all the way back. I've looked and I've looked and I've kept careful track. But all that I've noticed except my own feet was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street. That's it. That's nothing to tell of. That won't do, of course, just a broken down wagon that's drawn by a horse. That can't be my story. That's only a start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling that cart. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Added a little bit. Is it fiction or is it true? It still works, does it now? Yes, I licked my fingers. I think I have time for one more page if I can get the page to turn because this is a brand new book. So, and I can't get the page to turn. There we go. As time is clicking. Yes, the zebra is fine, but I think it's a shame such a marvelous beast with a cart that's so tame. The story would really be better to hear if the driver I saw were a charioteer. A gold and blue chariot, something to meet, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street. I'm coming up on the end. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, 2020. No, it won't do it all. A zebra's too small. A reindeer is better. He's fast and he's fleet. and he looked mighty smart on old Mulberry Street. What can we add to our story? I think I asked you that previously. Hold on a minute. There's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull a thing that runs on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he could pull a fancy sled. That's it, I'm done. See you tomorrow.